Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today we're kicking off Through the Omenpaths with the very first standard best of one deck, and it is a Kavaero Reanimator Dimir deck. Now, I did say that I was going to be playing Boris off the hop, but that's going to take a little bit more time to cook. Instead, we're doing something that I have been seeing on the ladder, something that's been kicking my butt the first day of release, and that is this card right here, Kavaero Mind-Bitten. We are reanimating things. This is essentially a creature zombify. So I'm going to talk very briefly about the deck, jump into some games, see how it performs, and we'll go from there. So Kavaero Mind-Bitten is a 2 and Dimir, blue and black, 4/4 spider human hero. And this creature says you may have Kavaero enter as a copy of any creature card in a graveyard. Yours or your opponent's. Pretty cool. Except its name is Kavaero Mind-Bitten, and it's a 4/4 spider human hero in addition to its other types. When you do, exile that card. So it's just a really cool zombify effect. What are we doing with that? Well, of course, we are trying to bring back Arden. This is one of the main targets that we want to bring back, because then Arden is going to allow us to do our other stuff like summon Knights of Round, or a card that maybe you've never seen before and now will become more familiar with, Threefold Thunderhulk. This card is insane, and I'm not going to really go into it. We're just going to jump into games and see if we can reanimate a whole bunch of stuff with Kavaero, Zombify, or Arden in our arsenal. So that's the deck. See how it performs. Okie dokie. So our first Through the Omenpaths deck. It's only been out for, I don't know, a couple, 24 hours now, maybe 48 hours by the time I get this video up and running. But do let me know what have been the standout cards in the set for you. What have you been playing? What have you been liking? What do you think about the new arena that we got going on here? I think it looks kind of cool. All right, our first opponent, Skywalk76, is going aggressive on us, and we are going to have to fish for lands. Now, this deck is pretty light on lands, 22 lands, but we are playing a lot of ways to dig into our deck with things like Chart a Course and that. I will also mention that I have put Starting Town in this deck, and the reason I put Starting Town in this deck is because I want to be able to... yeah, this is maybe okay. Let's put that in there. I want to be able to cast out the Knights of Round at some point if the game ends up going long. Right now, without the Starting Towns, we don't have access to white mana, but I like having the backup of having the white mana. We might just be dead before we're able to actually get things going because, well, look what's happening to our face. And this is the problem with best of one and playing a deck that's a turn 4 deck. We're kind of just dead if we don't do something. So the good news is, what we can do is discard a card, kill the Voice of Victory. We're going to get rid of Kavaero. And honestly, we might be set up for a turn 4 Zombify. They have to do 9 damage to us this turn. They're going to go with the Enduring Innocence. I think we get there. There's no way that this is going to be enough damage. We are on life support, though, and unfortunately, we don't have an Arden. Arden would have sealed the game because Arden would have given us lifelink. But right now, this is going to be good enough, I think. So we grab Kavaero. And Kavaero is going to come back as a Thunderhulk. And the Thunderhulk is going to be a 7/7, and it's going to make a whole bunch of 1/1s. And now the opponent has to get through this. We're at 6 life, though. A little precarious. Okay, the Seam Rip to hit one of our 1/1s. That's fine by me. So, Kavaero Mind-Bitten, aka Thunderhulk. This creature enters with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. It's a 7/7 because it's 4 base. Ooh, they're trying to draw cards. Okay, we block, block, block. Take no damage. And then whenever this creature attacks, create a number of 1/1 colorless goblin artifact creature tokens equal to its power. They're going to be able to do 4 damage to something here. Not 4 damage or 3 damage, whatever, doesn't matter. Mobilize, goes, and we, well, obviously we're attacking in with the Mind-Bitten. Makes 7 more 1/1s. That's okay, but they're gonna block, sure. So I suppose what we're going to do is we're going to chart a course. Do we chart a course after we do? No, it doesn't matter. Okay. So what I should have done was definitely charted a course before attacking. Anyways, we might get up to these Knights of Round. We now have 3 in hand. We're going to have to find one more source of white mana, which we have 2 with the starting. Oh, no, we're fine, right? We got 2 starting towns. We might just be able to hardcast. For some reason, I thought it was 3 mana. Okay, put out the starting town and hardcast the Overlord of the Baelmerk. Why not? Dump a bunch of stuff into the graveyard, and we can go and get a Kavaero, I suppose. I guess I could have put out the Kavaero. But it is legendary. How much mana do I have? 2, 4, 6. You know what? I'm gonna grab nothing. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. Attack in, make another 7. Maybe I should have attacked with everything because whatever. I definitely should have attacked with everything. I'm too excited. It's working. It's kind of working, but we're at 6 life, and it's such a precarious place to be. Okay, the opponent scoops it up. We survived. I really thought we were gonna get run over by that Boros engine when they got the wind. What is it called? Windcrag Siege online. Yeah, I thought that thing was gonna do us in. Woo! Cool. First one in the books. On to number 2. So I think this is actually my first video recording since hitting 1,000 subscribers. I mean, what a cool milestone to hit. 1,000 subscribers. Years ago, man, I don't think I would have thought I could hit that when I was, 300, 400, and where it kind of plateaued. But hit 1,000. Am I keeping this? I don't have any of the cool stuff, but I can dig for... The fairy is okay, this Picklock Prankster, because it goes and gets Zombify, but only Zombify. So I don't really like it, but that's fine. We're going to try it, because if we do find a Zombify, we do mill some other stuff into the bin, we could be set up pretty well. This is a 4th land. Do I want to keep the 4th land? Sure. Okay, we'll do that. But yeah, anyways, thank you to all the new subscribers and, all that stuff. Please do continue to help me grow. As I've said, the goal is 100,000. I want that silver play button. There are not a lot of MTG channels that have reached 100,000, and that's the ultimate goal in the end, right? Imagine that, the little guy getting all the way up there. But anyways, I'm happy to hit 1,000, and I appreciate all the support, of course. All right, we're up against not a VV. I thought it was a VV deck, but this card's cool. Stalactite Stalker. At the beginning of your end step, if you descend this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When I was building my, what is it called? Zombie deck, I was looking at this card. I thought it looked really cool. So we could take just a little bit of damage, it's probably fine. Let's do that. We're gonna pick lock again. Wow. Oh, okay. Okay. So this would be discarding a card to deal with the Stalactite Stalker, and I think that's probably okay. Do I just pitch? I think it's okay to pitch a land. Okay. Boom. Knife Trick. So Knife Trick is one of the other new cards from the Through the Omenpaths set, and it's a kind of a cool card because it allows us to get some of the stuff out of our hand. 1 mana, 3 damage to something. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. The opponent has an Inti on the field now. The Inti is going to be a problem, especially with these marauding Makos getting bigger. So we're going to get hit for 3 here. And I think I'm going to have to kill the... Okay, so there's the Zombify. And we have a Knights of... Okay. Yeah, I guess we just do this, right? Or do we kill the Inti and Picklock Prankster? You know what? I kind of prefer that. Let's do one more turn. Do I gotta pay 3 life, though? I guess I'm locked in. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I think I like this approach a little bit better. We're gonna wait 1 turn, take 5 damage, it's fine. I would rather put an Arden in the bin to zombify. I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. We did not find an Arden. Instead, we found a Resentful Revelation or Bitter Triumph. Let's grab the Revelation, and we'll just end the turn there. Okay, so we're going to take 5, potentially like 7 damage next turn, but then the Knights of Round should be a pretty good blocker at the very worst. But I would have preferred, okay, 5 damage, good, perfect. I can go down to 8. Is this deck going to be just a go down to your lowest life total kind of deck? Okay, now we have no choice. Knights of Round onto the field. We make a 3/3 indestructible creature and a whole bunch of 2/2s. Do they have a way of dealing with indestructible? Ooh, that's the question. The Night Stalker, or whatever, no, Stalactite Stalker does have Menace, so it's going to have to take a double block. Oh, okay. They scared me. I really thought they might have had a way of dealing with indestructible, some kind of exile with black, which it's possible. They could also have Torch the Tower, which, no, Torch the Tower would not work. No. Early morning brain. It's always early morning brain because I'm always filming these first thing in the morning. The opponent aggressively removing my creatures, which is cool. Attack with the... Oh, they should attack with the Stalker too. Okay, well, we're going to preserve all of our life total. We get rid of the Mako, and that's the game right there. The opponent knows what's happening. We're going to keep making things. We can zombify stuff. Cool. As soon as you get something on the field on turn 4, you just make it a turn 4, you should be okay. Game number 3, playing Reanimator. I didn't think I'd be playing Reanimator right off the hop. You know, I saw the cards from the new set, and Reanimator wasn't the one that, like, stuck out at me. But here I am, playing Reanimator. Oh, by the way. I gotta start using those because it's so stupid. Okay, so we got Kavaero, we got the Charter Course. Let's use the Resentful Revelation. We're gonna go grab probably the land. I think it's okay to grab the land there. And see where it goes from there. Starting town, sure. Oh, have you guys been playing the new land, the Multiversal Passage? That's a card. I opened enough of them. I opened, I think, 4 of them when I was doing my pack opening video. Cracking that on there. That's probably okay. Yeah, it's cool. I guess it's fine. All right, starting town, and I suppose we're going to Bailmark because we have the Kavaero, we have the 4th land in hand. They might have some kind of counter magic, but Kavaero, being a creature, actually gets around the counter magic quite effectively. And we do hit the Thunderhulk, so if they tap out next turn, I think it's GG. Kavaero's going to come in, I think, as a 4... It's going to be a 7/7. If you reanimate the Thunderhulk with Arden, it comes back as an 8/8. A little bit different. Of course, Arden's always better. Arden's great. Man, that card. Nostalgic Necro. Put me on to Arden. I have been playing it ever so slightly here and there, and man, you nailed it. The Arden is such a sweet card. Now, the opponent is on a Simic deck. It's very possible that they have some kind of shenanigans, but they do not. And I guess this game is now just probably over. Yeah. So we get our 7/7, we get 7/1/1s. I mean, it's not done. They could easily remove Kavaero here, and then we would be in trouble. But if they don't get rid of it, I mean, it's going to be tricky. Then, what are we going to do on the following turn? We do not have enough mana to zombify and do something else. We could kill something with the Bitter Triumph. We could... Probably we're going to chart a course and pick lock just to fill the graveyard for this follow-up zombify. They have a Scrap Shooter, so they are able to kill that. Okay. They gift us our 4th land. But only attacking in for 1 is not enough. So we still have plenty of time to build up. And we hit a Thunderhulk. That's pretty cool, because now we can... Alright. Let's just set up for a following turn. What are they holding up? So we hit another Prankster. We also put a Summon Knights in the graveyard. So let's chart a course. And we'll put out our tap land. There's our Arden. So I think we, of course, throw the Arden in the graveyard. We put out the Surveil land, and then next turn we're set up to do a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think they have a way of interacting. You know, best of one. This is a best of one deck, of course, because you want to take advantage of the opponent's not having access to Graveyard Hate. In best of one, currently, not a whole lot of decks are running Graveyard Hate main board. So you just kind of get to do what you want to do. You got to play around counter spells, but of course, Kavaero does that very beautifully. Zombify, it's fine. Okay, there's the Genomorph Amago. Play out. I'm a little bit worried about them having. What is it called? Man, I'm so bad with names. The counter magic spell, of course, in Simic. And they do have blue, green up, so they could counter anything. It would be making us pay 4, and there's no way we could get through that. So we'll put the land out, and I guess we just play Kavaero. We'll see if this works. If they have the mutation, man, maybe they'll show it to me and I'll figure out what the card's name is. I think they probably have it. Oh, they don't have it. Okay, Arden's on the field. Do they have a way of bouncing Arden? Maybe I got greedy. I shouldn't have put out Arden. Because they could have Into the Floodmaw. Into the Floodmaw. Dang. Okay. Return it to hand. Okay, they got me with the Kavaero, and the Kavaero got rid of my poor Arden. Okay, so we put more stuff in the graveyard, not stuff that we want to see, but we do have another Zombify. Do we have the Zombify? Or I think we get the Chart Course. We might actually be in trouble here. They could potentially put out a land. Oh, they're going to put out a land. So their Genomorph is going to be making 6/6s, and we don't have flyers. I might have to be putting out the Picklock Pranksters just to block in the air. Uh-oh. They could also start attacking in with the Surrock if they really wanted to. Okay, we're taking 7. So, man, I really needed that Arden for the for lifelink. If there's one deck that's going to beat me, it's going to be, of course, Simic Values, Simic Tempo, whatever you want to call this deck. There's the Arden, but, oh, man. So I think I don't have much of a choice. I think I kind of have to... I have to try. We're dead if we don't get the Arden on the field. If they have a way of bouncing the Arden, or if they have a way of countering Kavaero, we're dead. It is what it is. However, if this goes... No, they found it again. Oh, Into the Floodmaw's broken. All right. Good game. We're done. I guess I went for it. What can you do? Sometimes they have every single one. But we needed that lifelink. It was so important. There's the land, and they have... if they attack all out, we're dead. They have to attack. If they attack all out, do we not die? Maybe we have one more turn here. Maybe we have one more turn. Nope. Flood Pitch Drowner, pretty good on the Bailmerk. All right. No blocks. Didn't matter. We didn't have enough damage to block the... We did. We could have stayed alive. I could have stayed alive. Whatever. The opponent, they won that one. They fought through it very well. I could have blocked 1/1 and put 4 in front of this. I would have had enough, and I could have had one more draw to see if I could stay alive. But yeah, it is what it is. Who would have thought that our easily disruptible combo, easily disruptible plan, whatever you want to call it, could be disrupted by a 1 CMC card. All right, this looks okay. Hopefully, this Resentful Revelation is going to have to do some of the heaviest lifting it's ever done in its life, but I'm sure it'll get there. Let's... I'm going to make use of these. I spent 5,000 gold. I opted not to buy 5 packs, instead getting these... Man, this takes... It's so low effort. It's so bad, but it takes me right back to days of... I guess, like... MSN Messenger is where I'm really going, but I still message people like this. If chat programs didn't automatically change my happy face into like a yellow smiley face, all my messages would look like this. While I'm rambling on, Galarath is deciding whether or not they want to keep 7 cards. Maybe it's just not loaded in. Our icons, our little pets haven't arrived yet. Okay, so our opponent has arrived, I guess. Our pets are now here, or at least my pet is. And we'll see what the opponent is up to. Watery Grave on the field, and like I said, this Resentful Revelation, Sephiroth is going to have to come in and do some research in Nibelheim and really figure out some game plan for us. Unless our opponent's AFK, in which case... Nope, there they are. So are we against... Ooh, Warden of the Inner Sky. That's cute. Okay, we're still going out with the Revelation. We're 100% grabbing this. And we are going to be pretty set up, I think. If we can find... What do we want? We want to surveil a threefold Thunder Hulk or a Knights of Round, and then we want to top deck a 4th untapped land, and then we're good. All right, then the game plan went as planned. Okay, Galarath taking their time with some of these plays. It's making me do some editing. Come on, man. I'm rushing these videos out. Oh, there's the Knights of Round. It was in the wrong spot. That was supposed to be a land. There's the land. Oh, no. So I think we have to keep it, unfortunately. And we just... Oh, no, it's okay. We're super good. We got this Bitter Triumph. This is great. So Bitter Triumph and Knife Trick are definitely in the deck just to get, of course, our key cards out of our hand, right? What else would they be doing? Raban onto the field. Sure. What are they doing? Attacking in with the Warden? I suppose we kill the Raban. We take a little bit of damage. I don't want the Raban doing some goofy stuff, attaching equipment to things. But I have a feeling we're going to get a turn 4 insta-concede from the opponent here. I was going to start emoting at my opponent because they are taking their time, but it's fine. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So we are going to do that. We're going to get rid of the Thunder Hulk because I think it's fun. We'll pay 2 life. Raban did his damage to us, and we draw our Watery Grave. We take a little bit more damage. We play out the Kavaero. We grab the Arden from our graveyard, please. The Arden goes and grabs the Thunder Hulk from our graveyard, please. We attack in with... There it is. All right. Well, they didn't let me do it. Why not? All right. I mean, the deck feels really good. Yeah. I should say that I did see this Kavaero deck somewhere online, and then I made tweaks to the deck as I went along. I think it's fine to go out with the starting town, and I'm, again, going to be emoting, making use of these 5,000 tokens. But yeah, the deck that I found online was very much like a preliminary looking deck, but it had a lot of good ideas in it. Let's go with the Summon Knights of Round. I think against a... if they're artifacts, we could be in trouble, but as against a control deck, maybe we're fine. But yeah, it was definitely a budget deck. They had budget lands, some things that I didn't quite agree with, so I had changed up some stuff. Okay, we didn't hit our 4th land on those Chart of Courses, a little bit disappointing. Again, this card, I'm not really sold on it because this doesn't help us get lands. It only really helps us get our enablers, which is good. I shouldn't poo-poo on that. Yeah, because we didn't hit the land there and they are on a synthesizer deck, we might be in trouble. We grab the Chart of Course, and now we're at the mercy of the top of our deck. However, Arden is in the graveyard now, so if we do hit a land here, then we are good. As long as it's not a starting town. We want a land that's not a starting town. That's the chant that I need to start saying. Please give me a land that isn't a starting town. Yeah. Okay. A land is still going to be okay here. And yeah, sure, let's put that into the graveyard. I think it's fine. Because now we can... Well, we can do a lot of stuff. Do I put out the Baelmerk or do I Bitter... I'm going to Bitter Triumph. I'm going to hold it up just in case the opponent has like a really good aggressive attack here against us. Scary. So this Knights of the Round or the Thunder Hulk are, I think it's going to probably be the Thunder Hulk. It's going to have to do a lot of work for us. Now we can make a whole bunch of 1/1s. Repurposing Bay, okay, they can't use it this turn, but they're going to be able to use it to sacrifice this to go get their, whatchamacallit. I think I'm going to take 7 damage here. I'm going to take 6 damage here. There's a reason for this. I think we can get rid of the Kavaero. It's fine. So I'm doing this because I want my 3-fold Thunder Hulk to be able to attack in next turn. So let's go out with the Kavaero. The Kavaero is going to be a copy of Arden. Arden is going to make a copy of 3-fold Thunder Hulk. The Thunder Hulk is an 8/8 Menace Lifelinker, which now we have 16 babies on the field. They're going to have to go and get their Star Cage with the Repurposing Bay on the Clayfire bricks. It's going to get rid of their 6/6s. And yeah, maybe we're in business here. Day of Judgment. Day of Judgment in the artifact deck. Left, literally speechless. I guess that's cool. Yeah. What? I don't like you. I don't like you at all, opponent. That was gross. So do I just get Knights of Round this time? Which is going to come back as a 5/5 I can attack in, or do I just make... it doesn't matter which one I do, does it? Let's go with the Thunder Hulk again. It puts them in a spot where they absolutely have to Star Cage. We hit them with that. Boom. Didn't hit the land again. But we're in trouble because, you know, we have to dodge. Like, they have the Repurposing Bay. They have 2 things that they can sacrifice. Obviously, they just do one with the Repurposing Bay. They're going to go get the Star Cage to get rid of the 16 1/1s. Unless they're not playing Star Cage, they put in Day of Judgment instead of Star Cage. Wouldn't that be insane? There's no way that's what's happening. But they also have to deal with our Kavaero Arden. Kavaerdon? How can we mix those names together? A Pinnacle Star Cage from hand. Okay, so they get rid of our 1/1s. They make 2 Simulacrums. Or not Simulacrums, but they make 2 Constructs. They have a tap land, 3 mana. They can still Repurposing Bay, but they can't really Repurposing Bay anything. They could go and get a Fire Crystal, and then we would probably be stuck chump blocking with the Kavaero. But then I think they're dead on the backswing. I'm not really sure. They look like they have something. They could have the card that the Snare. I remember what it's called, Snare. If they have the Snare for the Arden, we're dead. They're going to make 2 more Constructs. They'll be 8/8s, 4 8/8s plus next turn, whatever they got to do. And I think that Day of Judgment really made things hard for us. Oh! What? What? Yes! What? So had they split up on tapped, then we would have still been able to have our Arden. We could have gone and gotten the Knights of Round, I suppose, and done something. But yeah, they probably would have survived if they picked tapped creatures to get rid of our Thunder Hulk. I'll take a win. Yay, thank you. 2 more with this pretty awesome looking Reanimator deck, and I think it's going to be pretty easy for most people to put together. We have our lands, we have our Chart a Course, we have our Bitter Triumph. Sure. Let's go out with the Watery Grave first. Tapped. And see what the opponent's working with. Gonna need a little bit of help from this Chart a Course, of course, but it does. Chart a Course, of course. They are on landfall. This Bitter Triumph is going to be working overtime, I believe. So 2 cards here. Not bad. So I like Overlord of the Baelmerk quite a bit in this deck, especially with the new Kavaero, because this card allows us to return a non-avatar creature card or planeswalker. So we can get Arden back if we need to. We can get the Fairy back. We can also go and get Kavaero back. So they are struggling with their lands ever so slightly. I think we take this opportunity to throw out the Bailmerk. Okay, what did we find? We found a Pick-Lock Prankster. Yeah, why not? Let's grab it, because this might help us find our... It might help us find our Zombify. Or a Charter Course or something else. I think probably this turn we're going to be using the Bitter Triumph to murder whatever they play out. We can discard our Thunderhawk. That's fine. And then probably go out with the Pick-Lock Prankster just to see if we can hit nothing. Okay. But we did put an Ardent in the graveyard. We have all of our reanimation targets in the graveyard. So as soon as we peel a... As soon as we peel... that word. It's throwing me off because I know some people hate that turn of phrase. If we peel something, if we fade something, if we peel the reanimation card, we'll be in good shape, is what I wanted to say. Let's try to kill the Bristly Bill. I'm not going to discard because I think I need... Ow, Bristly Bill's done so much damage. I need these lands. No, you know what? Let's discard the land, I think. I was going to say, let's get up to the Resentful Revelation, but it's so far away that I think it's fine. So they burned the Snakeskin Veil. It was going to happen no matter what, and now we are at the mercy of the top of our deck, which is fine, because as soon as we hit our Kavaero or our Zombify, we are fine. Mossborn Hydra might say otherwise. So now we are putting a poor chump blocking Pixie onto the field. Our Overlord of the Bailmerk might unlock though very soon. So Overlord of the Bailmerk attacking in will be very good because then we can dig for... Uh-oh. We can dig for a Kavaero. Unfortunately, all of our cards are at the bottom of our library. Our targets, how deep are we? 30, we're 22 cards deep. And now they have the Mossborn Hydra trampling in on us. There's a very good chance that they have... Oh, we're just dead, right? They can make 2 land drops. Okay, they had it. Unfortunately, we're not going to see whether or not we were ever going to find the card. We found all the wrong end of our deck. It is what it is. So, opponent, let's give them this one and take our beats down to 15. That's a loss. That's okay. Still, we're 4-2. Let's go into our final game, game number 7. I would love to finish with a final win here. That'd be really cool. But the deck's performed pretty well. That last game, we definitely had our opportunity. The opponent was pretty slow, but we just couldn't make anything happen. This game, however, we are kind of set up for some goofy stuff. Goofy stuff is what I want to say. I think I'm going to value the Overlord of the Bailmerk on turn 2 over the Prankster or the Charter Course, just because we don't have anything to pitch right now, and this, we have our Zombify, so it doesn't really matter. By the way, isn't the art on Zombify so rad? Does anybody know what this creature is that's being brought back? Like, why is there a griffin wearing armor that's being resurrected on the middle of a battlefield? I would like, what is the background behind this awesome card? Let's give them the smiley face. Let's do this one. What, I actually don't know what this one is. Why smiley face with the brow? It's kind of it's just stupid. I love and hate these at the same time. Another slow opponent, Paji. Come on, man. Paji. Okay, are we against landfall one more time? Yes, sir. Kind of looks that way. Ooh, we hit a land. That's good. I was thinking we might be in trouble trying to find lands, but the third land and the Charter Course should help us find our lands. And we hit the Kavaero into the Thunderhulk. So we return the Kavaero. Am I saying his name right? Kavaero? Kavaero. It's Kavaero. Right? Yeah. What's going on with Kavaero? He is a spider. Oh, Oh, he's got a Captain America shield, and he's got some webbing on the shield that's holding it to his hand. And he's got the sword that's being held to his hand by webbing too. That's kind of cool. I can appreciate this guy's style. All right, so this Chart a Course, again, has to be the hero that we need. It could be really good if we find an Arden off of this Chart a Course. We do not, but we do find the land, and it is a surveil land, so that's kind of cool. I think I'm going to throw away one of these pranksters, and Arden in the bin. Arden on the top. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes! We have a threefold Thunderhawk in the graveyard. There's no way that the landfall deck is going to be able to interact with our graveyard. I'm pretty sure they have nothing in the deck that deals with that. Bristly Bill is very anemic from that deck in this position. They're going to hit us for 4. Not a big deal. 4. Stumbled on those words there. They might be holding up, yeah, they probably are holding up Snakeskin Veil, but they do not know the pain that is about to come. The pain of the threefold Thunderhawk. Do I go Zombify instead? I think I do just Zombify. We'll hold the Kavaero. The Kavaero can do other stuff later. So Arden on the field. And we also have a follow-up Overlord for next turn where we can fill the graveyard with more stuff. Or if we draw something dirty, we can play the Chart a Course. We're just, this is obviously, turn 4 Arden with a target in the graveyard is just a really good position. Boom. Menace and Lifelink. Man, this card, these people were not playing around with this card, threefold Thunderhawk, and they should have been, because this card is so fun and so goofy. Yeah, let's make 16 1/1s and attack in with a life-linking, menacing Thunderhawk, and we get the last win. We got revenge for that last one where they smashed us with the Hydra. Woo, very satisfying. Wrap up. Want to open a pack? Because we always like, oh, we got 2 packs. Oh, no. Remember what I talked about when I completed my collection that I'm going to regret? Edge of Eternity. I shouldn't even open this. I should just leave this here as a sign of stupidity. It is what it is. Whatever. Okay, Through the Omenpaths, we get to find Kren. Hey, I don't mind opening a mythic Kren. All right, let's head into the deck. So Kavaero Reanimator feels pretty good, honestly. I think it plays really well, and I absolutely love Kavaero as the second Zombify effect in this deck. I know there were other cards that you could use, for example, Rakdos joins up, but I don't know, Kavaero being a creature, being able to have the flexibility of going into your opponent's graveyard, going into your graveyard, very cool. And then it's just great as it comes in as a 4/4. So cards like Knights of the Round become a little bit better. It's going to be a 4/4 Knights of Round making those knights, whatever. And then the threefold Thunderhawk absolutely impressing me. This is the card that you gun for every single time. Coming in as a 7/7 or an 8/8 off of the Arden. Whew! Just so fantastic. I think the weird spot in this deck might be maybe the Picklock Prankster. I wonder if there's a better option for this. The mana feels fine. The removal feels fine. I also kind of messed around with the idea of maybe putting in a black board sweeper, but maybe we don't need it. We're able to keep them slow enough with Knife Trick and Bitter Triumph. We dig through our deck usually enough. We kind of have to hit some bad luck to not find some of our pieces. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, this deck feels very cohesive. It feels like it's in a good spot right now. Try it out. If you have some of these cards, of course, it's a little bit hard to recommend crafting these rares, but you may have Arden already, especially if you are a Reanimator fan. You probably have your Knights of the Round, you probably have your Arden, you probably have your Overlords of the Baelmerk. So yeah, maybe Kavaero is a cool card to invest in, and maybe we'll see more play from old Mind-Bitten Spider Human Hero Kavaero. That's it for this one. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. Do, like, comment, and of course, most importantly, subscribe. For your comment, do let me know what you thought about this deck, and make some recommendations for some of the other Through the Omenpath cards that you want to see being played. I am messing around with a whole bunch of decks that I've seen pop up on day one, and, well, I'm going to try to be putting out a few more videos than normal this week in the hype of Through the Omenpath, which may or may not exist, because I know a lot of people are down on this set. Is what it is. take care for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.